Hey, if you're nobody's business or your front page news, a folk, rock, country, alternative blues, tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song. Yeah, hitchhiking, bus riding, rental cars, living rooms, coffee houses, rundown bars, and 10,000 people all alone under the stars. It's all for the sake of the song. And there's a man who wrote your cheating heart. Now he's lying through his toe, and he plays it on a stolen harp. It's soaked in 100 proof. And there's one who might be happy before the writer's curse. She lost the crowd's attention by the 42nd verse. And it's a traveling salesman, the girl next door, from the empty room to the third encore. Less is less until more is more, and it's all for the sake of the song. And there's a young man on the marquee. Yeah, he's the son of some well-known. And his father bought the tour bus so he could strike out on his own. And there's the brooding contradiction. Yeah, he's holding Van Gogh's ear, and he's taped it to his guitar in the hopes someone will hear. His black berets and nudie suits, that next big thing, oh, give back to your roots. High tops, flannels, or duct tape boots, and it's all for the sake of the song. There's a legend, yeah, there's the best it's ever been. And there's the voice of a generation who won't pass this way again. And there's record deals and train seals and puppies on a string. And we're all just trying to figure out what makes the cage bird sing. It's lights, camera, on with the show. Lifetime to get ready, now go, okay, go. Oh, where it all ends, nobody knows, but it's all for the sake of the song. So if you know nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, alternative blues, tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 22, I believe, of Alone Together Tuesday, here at the Doghouse in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm your host, Carll, and I'm going to sing some songs for you like I do every Tuesday for the last, 6 months or so. And maybe forever. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to go on. But I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate y'all tuning in week after week and supporting the show. And and this week you'll also be supporting, if you hit the tip jar up, you'll also be supporting the Middle Tennessee Food Bank. There's a lot of folks that could use the help. So, all right, without further ado, let's play a little music. In times like these, everyone could use a hand. Instead of standing around losing ground, running down the promised land. And it's so hard to tell if this is heaven or hell, and I can never measure by degrees. But it's sure getting warm around here in times like these. In times like these, do I really need a billionaire? Just taking all my time trying to tell me how he's treated unfair. Oh, then I have to pay as the home of the brave gets divided into them and the we. Oh, I find I'm losing my mind in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go, they're here and not. Every day I'm getting better at losing something I haven't got. I just wanna do my labor, love my girl and help my neighbor while I keep a little hope of my dreams. But it's sure getting hard, brother, in times like these. In times like these, I wish I had a place to hide. Instead of bringing it together, we're just widening that great divide. I hope and I pray at the end of the day that I can somehow get my troubles to ease. But I gotta say it's not looking good, not in times like these. Yeah, they're coming to go, they're cold and they're hot. I'm just trying to keep the world from turning me to something I'm not. And I'm gonna try to run till the whole thing's done, and I just hope I don't end up on my knees. But it's sure getting hard to stand up in times like these. I just wanna do my labor, love my girl and help my neighbor while I keep it on my joie de vivre. But it's sure getting hard, brother, in times like these. I could use just a little bit of help in times like these. Yes, I could use a little bit of help. All right. I'm going to take my watch off, my Fitbit, because it tracks how many steps I take during the day, and I'm afraid, like, if I'm playing guitar, it's going to count it as exercise, which I mean, I guess it kind of is, but not really. But let's see, what do we got so far? 112 steps. I'm just kidding. 10,890. What do y'all think? I just sit around here all day doing nothing? I'm out walking in circles. I pace the floor. I walk the floor. Anyway, welcome everybody to Alone Together Tuesday. Yeah, that's the first song was called Times Like These off my last two records. I did one version on my What It Is record, and I did one on my Alone Together Sessions record, which I just released about a month ago. Yes, you can check both those out. And yesterday, if you ordered that and you're wondering what the status is, yesterday I signed a whole lot of records. I signed like, I don't know, 800 of them or something, and they should be in the mail soon. So if you ordered one, you're waiting on it. Hopefully in the next week or two, it should arrive. So that's that. I'm gonna adjust this just a hair. All right. I'm gonna try a song here that. That first song kind of touches on politics a little bit, or just the atmosphere in the world right now and in America right now. And I know a lot of people, when I've tried to talk politics, when I see anybody trying to talk politics as a performer, artist, entertainer, there's like two camps. There's the people that are cheering them on and supporting them, and then there's the people that tell them to shut up and stick to whatever their thing is, whether it's athletes or musicians. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it on some level. But what I don't get is the people who say they're never going to listen to my music again. I find that strange. Because, well, I just do. But I was thinking the other day about there's a lot of artists that I probably don't hit it on with politically. But I'm not going to stop jamming their music. So, anyway, this might be one of them. Let's see if I can remember. If I can remember the first lyric. I kicked the habit of smoking back some time ago. And I tried the hard stuff, but I had to let all that go. But the toughest thing that I ever gave up was today. 'Cause old habits like you are hard to break. Old habits like you are hard to break. Love with someone new is so hard to make. And I have grown so used to you and all of your ways. And old habits like you are hard to break. Still singing. We're just gonna modulate. I forgot to figure out what key I was playing in. Let's try this. Now here we go. Alright, this is one of my favorite lines of all time in country music or any form of music. I use lifesavers to help me get off cigarettes. Not that one, but this one. But you know, for your love I ain't found no lifesavers yet. Oh yeah. And I've gone cold turkey, 'cause not even one kiss a day. And old habits like you are hard to break. Like you are hard to break. And love with someone new is so hard to make. I have grown so used to you and all of your ways, and old habits like you are hard to break. And old habits like you are hard to break. Something like that. What a great song. I just forgot to practice it before I started playing it. Got ahead of myself. But anyway. Hank Jr. All right. Well, cheers, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me in the doghouse on this Tuesday night. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, coming to you live. And next week, these shows have been on Tuesdays every week, with one exception. I did a Monday night over at Todd Snider's place back in July or the end of June from the Purple Building. And next week is going to be the second exception because I'm heading on tour on Friday. I'm flying down to Texas. I'm going to play in Eden, Texas on Saturday night, and then San Antonio, Texas on Sunday. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream from the Mucky Duck, McConaughey's Mucky Duck. So my Alone Together Tuesday show is going to be Alone Together Wednesday, one time only, 8 o'clock Central Time. So we'll have the information up on the website and on the socials and stuff. But just letting y'all know right now that next week it will not be on Tuesday, it will be on Wednesday. And then the following night on Thursday, I have 2 shows at the Mucky Duck, like regular shows that'll be outdoors. And then what's next? Saturday, I'll be in Arlington, Texas at a nice big outdoor Levitt pavilion. And then on Sunday, I'll be in my hometown of the Woodlands playing Do-Si-Do. And that's it. Then I'll come back here. So if you're in Texas and looking for something to do, I'll be there. And if you're not in Texas, you can still catch the action Wednesday night. I believe that's the 14th from Houston at the Mucky Duck. They got a great setup there. It's one of my favorite clubs. It's kind of where I started out after I started out in Galveston, really, but this is the first big city place I started hanging out at. Anyway, Rusty and Teresa down there have been very good to me. All right, hope everybody's doing okay. Let's try this out here. Well, I'm wild as a turkey, I'm higher than a Christmas moon, I'm empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I come around too fast and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? I come down from Memphis with a broken down Corvette, a suitcase full of memories and a face you won't forget. You say you'll never love me, but tonight ain't over yet. Yeah, I'm gonna change your mind. Oh, now girl, I've been a gambler since the age of 21. I have seen my share of trouble and the wrong end of a gun. And this whole world's out to get me just because I have my fun. Everything ain't gonna slow me anyway. Right ain't right, babe. Left ain't always wrong. I bet you're tired of dancing to the same old song. Yeah, you look like an angel in a place you don't belong. And I'm gonna take you away. Oh. just cause this place is closed, and that don't mean it's time for bed. Yeah, we don't need no sleep, girl. We will get plenty of that when we are dead. You can just leave these fools behind you now and come with me instead. Oh, I'm gonna show you a time. I'm wild as a turkey. I'm higher than a Christmas moon. I'm empty as my wallet on a Sunday afternoon. I come around too fast and I always leave too soon. Ain't that what they all say? Ain't that what they all say? All right, wild as a turkey. Okay, I hope y'all doing all right. Let me know if it's sounding okay, if it looks okay. Last night was a little dark, or last week was a little dark, so hopefully the light's all right this time. It's weird. I just want to be a singer-songwriter, and now I'm like an IT guy, and and not a very good one, but just there's a lot of skills I've had to learn over the last couple of months, which is all right. I'm grateful to have something to do and to be able to keep playing music, and so thank you. I noticed on the little pre-show reel, which how fancy is that, huh? We're really upping things around here. We post the postcard, this week's postcard, but we forgot to take down last week's postcard. So the one of me with no shirt on and a bearskin rug, and a sheepskin rug, and I can't remember what else. Yeah, that's not this week's postcard. That was last week's postcard, and if you were fortunate enough to get it, then then I'm really wondering if I should have ever sent that out, because it's a bit absurd. Let's see. Yeah, that's what that was. Anyway, the first 6 postcards that we did were from a fantastic photographer named David McClister, but I'm trying to bring some new stuff into it. So these last week and this week are ones that I've done, or just so that Allison took that last one, and then this week it's one my son took, and this is me and my dog Winnie on a road trip we took this summer. And so if you contribute this week, part of the your contribution and your tips will go towards the Middle Tennessee Food Bank, and the rest will go to Alone Together Tuesdays and me and feeding this dog and replacing all the furniture that she's eaten. And she went to the vet today. She's up to 80 pounds now. She's getting substantial. So tip, and I'll mail that to you within the week. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, I'm gonna try this song out. This is one I wrote with my friend Scott Nolan, a Canadian brother of mine. Scott is just fantastic singer-songwriter, guitar player, poet, all around badass. And this is one that we did a while back. It's on my Lovers and Leavers record. It's called You Leave Alone. Belly bell cars that never went nowhere. The only thing working was the dial radio. He'd sit on the front seat just listening to baseball and dreaming about places that he'll never go. He liked to ride bulls and tease all his children, make up new words that meant nothing at all, and curse the stars that had left him in ashes. Hum an old tune and cry as they fall. One conversation conversation, short-term destination can lead to a lifetime away from home, with no plans worth making. All the big dreams are taken. Will you leave this world? Will you leave alone? All the money was good on the road in the springtime, but one look from that girl and he settled down. And he laughed right out loud when she said Mississippi. He said, I've never been there, but I like how it sounds. One conversation, short-term destination can lead to a lifetime away from home, with no plans worth making. All the big dreams are taken. Will you leave this world? Will you leave alone? Will you leave this world? Billy built cars that never went nowhere. The only thing working was the dial radio, and he'd sit on the front seat just listening to baseball, dreaming about places that he'll never go. All right. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I saw somebody upset. I'm reading some of the comments as we play here, and I saw somebody upset that they can't get last week's card, and you can actually. Just write down, I want last week's card. Just put Hayes topless or whatever. And we'll send it to you. And just, yeah. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. What was I gonna do? I had some sort of plan. Oh yeah, I was sad to hear that Mac Davis passed away this week. And when I was a kid, my mom used to sing. I know he's got a bunch of other songs, but the one that my mom always sang was "Hard to Be Humble," and of course, and it just always stuck in my head. So it's oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. In the morning when I look in the mirror, I'm getting better looking each day. Yeah, to know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Which was sort of the genesis for a band that I started with my friend John Evans, who lives here in Tennessee now. We just had dinner 2 nights ago. It was great to catch up with him. And years ago, John and I were driving to a wedding to play at maybe his sister's wedding, his sister Kimbo's wedding, and on the way he told me something that his uncle Wissy, I think he had an uncle named Wissy, I believe, said, which was, "There ain't enough of me to go around." He announced that to I don't know who he announced it to actually, but anyway, it just sounded great. It sounded incredibly confident, and we thought it was funny. And John kind of was that confident. Like he could command a room in a way that I never could. And I was always kind of shy, but I always thought it would be cool. You know, I was writing these like folk songs, these really long, sad songs, and it was attracting a certain type of crowd, which was like mostly like, I don't know, 60 to 90-year-old men. Like that was my demographic. And you know, I still have some of those folks around, and I'm grateful for them. Anybody that supports my music, I really appreciate it. But it became a little one-sided, a little extreme, and it hit a low point when we were in the UK. I was doing this 3-week tour of Scotland, Ireland, England in January, and I went like 2 weeks without seeing a woman at one of my shows. It was just all old guys. And the sort of breaking point for me was one night we were at this club in Nottingham, I think, and this guy had a walker, and he came up to the front row, and that's where he watched the show from, and he's just standing on his walker. Everybody else was sitting down. Except this one guy, he's on his walker, and when the song would finish, everybody would, you know, politely clap. The like 80 to 100 70-year-old men would all politely clap, and then this guy would wait till everybody was done, and then he would start ringing this bell that he had attached to his walker. It was like the full deal. It had tennis balls on the bottom, and then he had the bell on top. And he would, you know, I would finish the song, and he would just go ding, 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 ding. And after like the 5th song, it was too much for me. I had a kind of a minor breakdown. And so when I got together with John, and he told me about his Uncle Wissy saying, "There ain't enough of me to go around," I said, "Man, that's what we need. Like, I need something like the hip hop artists have. They're so confident and braggadocious and just putting it out there, and they've got no fear." And so we formed a band as like a vehicle to be able to do that. It's called the Ego Brothers, and the premise of the band is that we only write songs about how wonderful we are. And we've been together for like 15 years now. For the first 14 years, we only wrote one song. But then we invited a Canadian friend of ours, Carll, to join the band. So I'm Barry Ego, John is Clive Ego, Clive with 2 V's, and then Corb is Elton Ego. And adding Corb really paid immediate dividends, because he came up with a song straight away. It's, I wonder what all the ugly people are doing tonight. Oh God, I worry so. Yes, I wonder what all the ugly people are doing tonight. Well, I guess I'll never know. That's Corp's first edition. Anyway, we got just a couple songs, but we got song titles for days. We got One Night With Me. We have Something Smells Good in Here, It Must Be Me. We got I Autographed My Own Guitar. We've got The Luckiest Mirror in the World. We've got one called Hey Girl, My Eyes Are Up Here. And then we've got our first song that we actually finished. It's called There Ain't Enough of Me to Go Around. It goes like this. Got carried away there. Well, when my mama had me, she should have had 2 or 3. I know I can't help what all them women keep saying about me. They wanna parade me all over town. Well, when I pick one up, I let another one down. There ain't enough of me to go around. All the way I'm looking, you know you have to wait your turn. You ain't the only girl that knows I got sugar to burn. They can't believe it, just what they found. They take a one good look and then their britches fall down. There ain't enough of me to go around. Well, I'm a sorry Miss Johnson, but I already got plans at 10. But you can call my secretary and maybe we can squeeze you in. I'll take you a picture and hang it right over your bed. If you can't love me, you can love my picture instead. They can't just chase, stalk and run me around. I ought to do them all a favor, just sell me by the pound. There ain't enough of me to go around. Oh, yeah. Should have had 2 or 3. Yes, she should have. Yes, she should have. I can't help what all them women keep saying about me. The women keep saying about me. They wanna parade me all over town. Well, when I pick one up, I let another one down. There ain't enough of me to go around. There ain't enough of me to go around. All right. The Ego Brothers. Yeah. I feel like I might have offended 70% of my audience that still is in that demographic of 69-year-old men. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not that far behind you. It just, you know how it is. You want to mix it up. Like, a balance is good. So y'all stay, and then let's just add, start bringing your daughters and your granddaughters to the show, and it's going to be, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Dylan song here. Dylan was kind of like at least a million other singer-songwriters. Dylan was sort of the starting point for me. I grew up listening to Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash and just country music, whatever was on the radio, but then a lot of classic rock and roll and Kenny Rogers. I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. We did a Kenny Rogers song, but a lot of Chuck Berry and Little Richard and Buddy Holly and stuff like that. But when I found Dylan, it just really opened everything up for me, in like a literary sense. I always just like to sing along to songs, and I love being transported away by them. There's something about what Dylan did that just made the art of songwriting feel really important. really important to me. So I asked for a guitar, got one, and then it took me like a year. I learned a couple chords, but I didn't have any songbooks. I just had a chord book, and then I had like a beginner's thing, and I learned Camptown Races was the first song. Camptown Races, da da da, doo da, doo da. Camptown ladies sing this song all the long day. I think that was how it went. Anyway, but I learned all the chords. I just didn't know what to do with them. I had a coach who taught guitar in high school, and I learned that I could play Patience by Guns N' Roses with the chords that I learned. But eventually, I discovered these songbooks, and I got 3 songbooks. One was Jimmy Buffett, one was Willie Nelson, and one was Bob Dylan. And man, that opened up everything for me, because all of a sudden I realized I knew the chords to play these songs, knew all the words, had it all memorized, and then now I could just do anything I wanted. It was really exciting. So it just opened up thousands of songs. So I'm gonna do this one here. This is off of his Nashville Skyline record. Held her in my arms. She said she would always stay, but I must have been cruel. I treated her like a fool. I threw it all away. Once I laid mountains in the palm of my hands, the rivers that ran through every day. But I must have been mad. I never knew what I had until I threw it all away. Love is all it is. It makes the world go round. Love and only love, it can't be denied. It don't matter what you think about it, you just won't be able to do without it. But take a tip from one who's tried. So if you find someone who gives you all of the love, take it to your heart, don't let it stray. There's one thing for certain, you will surely be hurting if you throw it all away. If you throw it all away. All right, the great Bob Dylan. I got some good news the other day, yesterday or today actually, not for myself specifically, but for my friend Ray Wiley Hubbard. Ray Wiley Hubbard has been a mentor to me and a friend, and has helped me out a lot over my career. And I remember in the early days when I was opening up for him at different venues and house concerts and clubs and festivals and different things, that somewhere along the line I heard that he had never performed on Austin City Limits. And it's an iconic TV show, and I think it's the longest running television music series that there is in the country. And it seemed odd because he lived just outside of Austin, and he's an iconic Texas musician. But maybe he pissed somebody off at some point. I don't know. There was a story like at Kerrville Folk Festival, he had been banned for life. When I met Ray, he was clean and sober and living a clean life. But apparently before I met him, it maybe wasn't quite like that. And so there's some pretty funny tales, including once playing at Kerrville Folk Festival, and I think he maybe dropped some acid and didn't sing a single song, just talked for 90 minutes, and then was banned for life. I may have that right. Ray, forgive me if you're watching this and I'm making stuff up, but I'm pretty sure you told me that story. Anyway, for whatever reason, he had never played Austin City Limits. I had the opportunity to play it back on my Trouble in Mind record, or right before my Came Out Yo-Yo record, and I realized that I would not have been there. I would not have had that opportunity were it not for Ray. Like, I don't think I would have had the career I have if it had not been for him. And there's so many ways that I'm indebted to him. And so I had this amazing opportunity. It felt wrong to that I was getting this thing at 30, and he had not had the opportunity to play it at I don't know, 60, whatever. I think we're about 30 years apart. And so I asked if he would come and sing a song that we wrote together on the TV show, a song called Drunken Poet's Dream. And he did, and he came out, and it was just, for me, it was really cool to get to have my mentor there and to perform on this show. It was really a big deal for me. Anyway, that was in 2011, maybe 10. And Ray, all these years later, Ray still had not played Austin City Limits. And I read yesterday that he finally got an invite to play Austin City Limits. So congratulations, Ray. Here's to you. I'm really excited for you. And boy, if anybody ever deserved it, it's you. So really looking forward to that episode. And there's a million songs of Ray's that I could play, but we're just going to do the one we wrote together, and we're going to pretend it's 2010 all over again. And we're playing this on Austin City Limits. She's wild as Rome. Yeah, she likes to lie naked and be gazed upon. Yeah, she crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. Wine bottles scattered like last night's clothes, fire cigarettes, papers, and diamond nose. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She says, you be the sinner, honey, I be the sin. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. I believe my harp has got a busted reed. On my lips are chapped and about to bleed. Oh, she tastes like pills and a cheap cologne. And she tells me I don't ever have to drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor. A few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day, 'cause down to get to heaven, that just ain't our way. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. is wrong. She likes to lie naked and begins to pound. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean. Oh, I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna give me some mescaline. She bring me roses and a place to lean. A drunken poet's dream. All right, that's for Ray Wiley Hubbard. A song we wrote a long time ago, about 14 years ago, and yeah, it was a fun one. It's fun writing songs sometimes. Sometimes it's a drag, but sometimes and writing with other people in particular can be really rewarding. I've been writing a lot lately with other folks. I say lately, like in the last couple of years, I've been doing a lot more co-writing, and it's cool. I've been getting turned on to some cool stuff and coming up with some cool stuff, and it's nice to get together with people that you admire and that have a skill set that's maybe either similar to yours, and they kind of help y'all kind of create something even better than you would on your own, or a skill set that's very different than yours, and you create something completely different than you would have on your own. I like that. It makes me feel like I'm growing. Sometimes I'll sit down with somebody and just come up with something that I never in a million years would have done by myself. So that's always a good feeling. So speaking of that, I'm gonna do a couple songs that I've co-written lately. These are not on any records, but they are on my Patreon page. Patreon is where I release songs to patrons, folks that support me on there, and it's exclusive to them. So they have recordings of this. I think yesterday was my 19th release. I released 19 songs. Oh, shit. Let's see. Sorry, guys. There we go. I kicked my table and everything went haywire. Okay, but we're still here. We're still alive. All right. Anyway, so on Patreon, I put out these songs, and then I do these series. I've got 3 series. One's called Songs I Love, where I just pick some of my favorite songs, like cover songs, and explain why I like them so much. And then another one's called Memorabilia Monday, where I take just stuff around here, like that I've collected over the years that has some meaning to me. And has a good story behind it, and I just go in depth and talk about it. And then the one that seems to be the most popular is What's Hayes Going On About, which is a series where I take songs I've written and do like a deep dive on it and just talk for a really long time about the song, how I wrote it, stories behind it, what it's about, how to play it, stuff like that. So anyway, I try to make it worthwhile. I know times are hard out there, so try to give people their money's worth. But if you're interested in that, you can check it out. So this week's song, this month's song release was one I wrote with Waylon Payne, who has, if you don't know Waylon, you should. He's an amazing artist. Also an actor. He played Jerry Lee Lewis in the I Walk the Line movie. His father was Jody Payne, played guitar with Willie Nelson. And his mother's Connie Smith. And so, you know, he comes from country music royalty, and he is just an incredible singer. So I wish he was here to sing this song, but I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna try anyway. It sounds a lot cooler with the band, but this is called "Goddamn the Way I Love You." I drove all the way to Tennessee to keep from looking at you. Constantly reminded of the damage love can do. Amped up like a junkie praying for a little sleep. I tried every kind of medicine to purge it from my bloodstream. Goddamn the way I love you. 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 Your love is gonna put me in the grave. I ain't got no soul to save. Goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. I told myself I'd never, but I don't believe it. Probably ought to let it go, but I can't conceive it. I find a dream that ain't gonna leave. I finally figured out there ain't no reprieve. Goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. Oh, goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. Your love is gonna put me in the grave. I got no more soul to say. Goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. Drove all the way to Tennessee to keep from looking at you. Constantly reminded of the damage love can do. Goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. Goddamn the way I love you. All right, that's that. Sounds cool with the band. But if you want to hear a band track, you can go over to Patreon and check that out. Jed Hughes, fantastic Australian friend. I don't know why I need if that's really important. Australian. He's a friend. Who happens to be Australian. Produced that track. It's kind of a demo. But it was fun. It turned out really great, I think. So that's that. All right, how's everybody doing? Alone Together Tuesday, episode 22. Thank y'all for being here. I'm going to catch up on the housekeeping real quick and then maybe take some questions. So go ahead and start thinking about that. This week's postcard is this. It's me and Winnie in a hotel, I think in North Carolina. If you tip on Venmo or PayPal. On PayPal, I think your address comes automatically. On Venmo, you got to write your address down. But if you do that, I will send this to you. And a portion of this week's proceeds are going to go to the Middle Tennessee Food Bank to help a lot of folks who need it. Not everybody's as fortunate as I am, or as a lot of y'all are. And there may be a lot of y'all out there right now that are really struggling and are like, hey, thank you for, this is free, and I'm not pushing you for money. I'm not pushing anybody for money. I'm just saying if you got it and you can share it, great, and if not, great. I'm just happy to be alive, have a roof over my head, and to get to play songs and music for people, and I can't see it, but I can see the number, how many are there, and I can see comments and stuff. So this is a reward in itself. It makes me feel really great. But if you do feel like supporting the show and are able to, you can. And this week you can know that some of your contribution will go towards helping feed people that may be down on their luck or are struggling in this weird economy right now. I notice, what I think is most of the people with good jobs, this has not affected them as much. It's the people that, and when I say good jobs, I mean like the sort of high-paying corporate jobs, things where you can telecommute. But for the bartenders and the waiters and the bass players and the tour managers and I don't know, there's just countless things where those people just can't go to work. There is no work. Their whole deal has been upended, and for some people the overhead's low, and they got people they can lean on, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have anything to lean on except the generosity of their neighbors, and so I want to try to be one of the generous ones. So anyway, that's that. I'm gonna quit rambling on. Let's see if y'all got any questions. I'm gonna see if I can maybe take some of them. I don't really know how to operate this. Hard on Equipment, that's a Corblund song request. Thank you. I would do it if I remembered it, but I don't. Although I did just get some tools, Milwaukee tools. I do cameos where I like sing requests for people, and these guys from Milwaukee Tools hired me, and I just tried to be funny and like be a klutz with a bunch of power drills while I sing a song. And anyway, I guess they were charmed because they sent me some badass saws and stuff. So thanks to Milwaukee Tools, and not to be confused with Milwaukee's Best Tools, which that's like a bottle opener or something. Anyway, so I may be building some stuff here soon. Let's see. Will you play a Todd Snider song? Yeah, I can do that. Tom Whaley retired March 1st, so he's feeling fortunate. Yeah, good on you, Tom. And Astros win again. Oh, okay. Well, hey, Galveston. Yeah, I was competing with the Astros. It's weird. I grew up as, I don't know if there's any sports fans out there, but I grew up a massive Houston sports fan. And when the Astros won the World Series, it was the most incredible thing for me. I mean, I'm not going to spend the rest of my show talking about all my connection with the Astros, but it goes deep, and it really meant a lot to me. So to find out there was some unethical shenanigans has really taken some of the joy out of it for me. So I'm still interested, but I understand a lot of people who aren't. So. Okay, hopefully this works. Aha, there we are. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That's twice now. I've knocked something over and screwed it up. Let's see. Todd Snider song. Todd Snider song. Yeah. Let's see what I can remember. I probably need a nip before I go any further. Man, there's so many great Todd songs. I think it's interesting looking at the landscape. You grow up with your musical heroes, and they seem sort of otherworldly, larger than life. and I've been fortunate to get to meet a lot of my heroes, and then get to watch people come up. And when I think about my generation, I mean, Todd's about 10 years older than I am, maybe less. I'm not sure. He's a bit older than I am, but I think he's one of a kind. I think I think he's a legend, and I'm not sure if everybody appreciates how lucky we are to have him. But he has a singular voice and a singular talent. So, yeah. I need to dust off some of my Todd stuff, but we'll try this one and see if I can remember it. Smoking long black Cadillac. Now, this is smoking long black Cadillac. Engine's winding down. Park it up on the sidewalk like you own the whole damn town. Hear him talking to some chick through a thick ghost of smoke, through a thicker haze of southern comfort and coke. Say, girl, you're hotter than the hinges hanging off the gates of hell. Don't be afraid to turn to me, baby, but he don't treat you well. And by he meant me, so I laughed and I shook his head. He laughed a little bit louder as he'd yell up at the band, play a train song, pour me one more round, make 'em leave my boots on when they lay me into the ground. I am a runaway locomotive out of my one-track mind, looking for any kind of trouble that I can find. I got this old black leather jacket, got this pack of Marlboro Reds, got the stash here in my pocket, I got these thoughts in my own head. I'm gonna run until I gotta walk, or till I got to crawl. This moment that I'm in right now and nothing else at all. Play a train song and pour me one more round, make 'em leave my boots on when they lay me into the ground. I am a runaway locomotive out of my one-track mind. Television blizzard lights. We looked around this place, found him cold there on the sofa, a little smile upon his face. And though I tried with all of my sadness, somehow I just could not weep. For a man who looked to me like he died laughing in his sleep, singing a train song upon the one last round. Made him leave his boots on the day they laid him down. He was a runaway locomotive out of his one-track mind. Play a train song, play a train song, play a train song. I feel like when I sing along to that on record, which I've done hundreds of times, that I nail it, But by myself on this island here, without rehearsing it, not so much. Anyway, but thank you for the request. I appreciate it. I hope this is working again. I hit a button a minute ago and everything went black, and yeah, that was that. Let's see. I had a few things I was gonna do, but maybe I've already done them all. I don't know. Okay. Well, if y'all got any requests, let me know. And thanks again for being here. Actually, Let me make sure that this is still working. Somebody tell me you can see me, so I'm not just, so I know I'm not just talking to myself like I usually do. It is working, all good. Okay, great, thank y'all so much. All right. All right, I'm gonna play a song here. This is one I got to write with Guy Clark many years ago. It's called Rivertown. Well, take me to Rivertown, where you can't tell night from day, and everything's forgiven that did not wash away. And dreaming comes too easy, yeah, and living's twice as hard, and everything is buried beneath the water and the stars. Now here I am from Corsican, wayward on the storm. I've been rolling empty sevens since the day that I was born. Got no rings upon my fingers, got no ink beneath my skin, and I be as clean going out as I was coming in. And I'm gonna wash my sins in the Angelina River, and all that she could take from me was all that I could give her. And time will bring you down, yeah, and time will make you whole. And I turned my back some time ago, and now I'm going home. Well, I wandered through the pine trees like an outlaw in the rain, and I rambled through big thicket with a pistol and my name. Run away, you restless angels, don't waste your love on me. Just lay me down in a Rivertown, and home is where I'll be. And I'm gonna wash my sins in the Angelina River, and all that she could take from me was all that I could give her. And time will bring you down, and time will make you whole. Well, I turned my back some time ago, and now I'm going home. So take me to Rivertown, where you can't tell night from day, and everything's forgiven, God, it did not wash away. All right, that's one I did with Guy Clark. All right, let's see here. Where's Allison tonight? Allison is inside in the main house. She's just not feeling very good today. She's bummed that she can't be here. She just sent me a text. That's been one of the beautiful things about this for me, is just getting to spend time with my wife and not be traveling all the time, be on the road all the time, and getting to sing and do these shows together. But she is not feeling great tonight, so she is in bed probably watching this right now, or maybe not, maybe watching something else entirely. Let's see. Ever worked with Keith Gaddis? I have not worked with Keith. I know Keith a little bit. I've been on stage with him and played a song with him, but I've never like done a record or written a song with him. Did I play any Blaze Foley yet? No, I haven't played any Blaze Foley. Yeah. All right. You need an adult beverage. Oh, I got one. I got a senior citizen beverage. Okay. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I'll take a sip and then we'll do a couple more. I'll try and get out of here before I lose all you. But thank you for tuning in on Alone Together Tuesday, episode 22. It's mind-boggling to me that this has been going on. But thank y'all for supporting me and keeping it going. I really do appreciate it. So I'm gonna do a. We mentioned Scott Nolan earlier. Do one of his tunes here. Arkansas, my head hurts. Yeah, I'd love to stick around and maybe make it worse. But I got a girl out in Henrietta, and her love is like tornado weather. And there's girls like her, they keep me trying. She goes off like an air raid siren. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken Indian summer, Oklahoma sunset. If there's a nicer place, I hadn't been there yet. I'm standing outside of the blue door, but too tired for sleep and too drunk for more. And it's nights like these that keep me trying. A woman always knows when her man is lying. It ain't me, I'm just playing a part, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken I'm gonna get old before I'm any good at this. Who's the president and what year is this? How doesn't anybody speak about truth anymore? Maybe that's what songs are for. You're the wind and I'm on fire. In this line of work no one retires. Come in clean, leave torn apart, with a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. With a bad liver and a broken heart. got Nolan. Okay, everybody, I got 2 more songs in mind I'm going to try and knock out. Thank y'all for sticking around. I hope you had a good time. Sorry I keep knocking stuff over and turning off the show. But yeah, I don't know. You get what you pay for. I'm trying. Okay, last time I'm going down to Texas on Friday. I'll be down there for like a week and a half. Got 5 or 6 shows. 5 shows. Alone Together Tuesday is going to be Alone Together Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central. I'll have the information posted, but it's going to be great. From the Mucky Duck, one of my favorite clubs in the world. And so I hope y'all will tune in and tell your friends and share the stream and all that. It makes a huge difference. So thank y'all for that. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Oh yeah, so we got, this is this week's postcard. And there's more on the way. So if if y'all have if anybody has photos of me from the road, like if we've taken, I don't know, if you've got a great photograph, send it to me. Shoot it to me on Facebook or I think there's a Hayes Carll Management email address or something. But if you got something you think might make a great postcard, shoot it to me. We'll give you photo credit for it and we'll send it out. But this has been fun for me, just to like, it feels like I'm staying in touch with folks, which does wonders for my mental health. And what else? Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, like I said, the new record, I signed them all yesterday, the vinyl, so they should be, if you ordered one, it should be coming out to you in the next week or 2. And if you haven't ordered one, there's still a few left. There's a limited number of vinyl. So when they're gone, they're gone. But I think there's a couple hundred left. So if anybody wants one, go ahead and grab it. And yeah, all right. Well, speaking of Houston, I'm heading that way in a few days. And I'll do a song here that, when you get to be as famous as I've become, you get to travel over the world and meet new and interesting, people. And so I got this song here about it. It's originally from the Hemmeridge Mountain Boys, but I'm borrowing it. Let's see. I crossed the desert band and I breathed that mountain air. Travel, I've done my share. I've been everywhere. I've been Houston, 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 Bob for 4 months. I've been everywhere. Off the rug, I chugged on every nut. Man, I got that bug. I done every drug. But I'm night all night, all two and all, sick it all, never tall, shoot it all, take it all, do it all, work it and Tristan, can't walk or stand, codeine, Benjamin, shoot it up, turn green, quaalude, prelude in the mood, get nude. Everybody says I'm a stupid dude. I done every drug. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. You're all right. Well, let's see. We're going to wrap it up here. This is a song that I've been playing a lot lately. So I apologize if you're tired of it, but I love it. And I feel like it's a good reminder during these weird times of something to hang on to appreciate the little things. Because there are weird times. And really tough times for a lot of people. it's such sort of charted territory for us all. So I'm sorry I get all philosophical at the end of the show. Usually the drinks are kicking in and my isolation is kicking in. So, you know, why not? Why not have a little group therapy? Anyway, I really hope y'all are doing okay. I know it's challenging times in so many ways right now, and I dismay when I look at sort of the toxic level of divide right now out there in the world, the way we communicate with each other as fellow citizens, as fellow countrymen, as fellow humans. You know, I wish that we had more reminders to speak to our better angels, that spoke to our better angels, and that called on us to rise above the petty stuff. Because I know no matter who you're voting for, no matter how you feel on a political issue, no matter what you think should be done with shutdowns or COVID or masks or whatever, that you probably, at heart, most people are good people. And, you know, their belief systems are their belief systems, and their motivations are what they are. But I think there's very few people who wish ill and harm of people naturally. Unfortunately, I feel like right now, these days, people are starting to wish harm on each other, and it's an addictive thing. It's hard to stop once you start. And anyway, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for the good in the world, and I'm grateful for y'all for tuning in here. And I hope that we can get through this year healthily and sanely. It's been a really challenging one, so I appreciate y'all helping me get through it. I know that, and so I'm gonna finish the show with this song here, and wish you Godspeed through the week, and yeah, all the best. Let's see. I look down that winding road. I need a rest and a place to go. So tired of this running round, flying high and falling down. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. I can't lose what was not mine, so turn loose all the horses and watch them run. Take time to take in the setting sun, and throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. Life goes wrong, it feels like too much pain. Surely broken hearts are gonna love again. Who cares if your heart's a little torn around the seams? Just think about your favorite pair of faded blue jeans. On and on about things gone wrong. Cry to everyone with the same old song. Poor tortured souls trying to pay their dues, and life's no fun when dreams don't come true. So turn loose all the horses and watch them run. But take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. And turn loose all the horses and watch them run. Take time to take in the setting sun. Throw back a keeper just to watch him swim. Forgive your enemies and love your friends. All right, everybody. Thank y'all again for being a part of Alone Together Tuesday. I really do appreciate it. I hope you had a great time. And we'll see you next week on Wednesday at 8 o'clock from the Mucky Duck in Houston, Texas. It's going to be a big old time. And Allison will be with me, and I might even have a special guest or two. So I'm looking forward to that. And in the meantime, y'all have a great week and take care. All right, adios.
Hey, if you're nobody's business or your front page news, a folk, rock, country, alternative blues, I tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song. Yeah, hitchhiking, bus riding, rental cars, living rooms, coffee houses, rundown bars, and 10,000 people all alone under the stars. It's all for the sake of the song. And there's a man who wrote your cheating heart. Now he's lying through his toe, and he plays it on a stolen harp. It's soaked in 100 proof. And there's one who might be happy before the writer's curse. She lost the crowd's attention by the 42nd verse. And it's a traveling salesman, the girl next door, from the empty room to the third encore. Less is less until more is more, and it's all for the sake of the song. And there's a young man on the marquee. Yeah, he's the son of some well-known. And his father bought the tour bus so he could strike out on his own. And there's the brooding contradiction. Yeah, he's holding Van Gogh's ear, and he's taped it to his guitar in the hopes someone will hear. His black berets and nudie suits, that next big thing, oh, getting back to your roots. High tops, flannels, or duct tape boots, and it's all for the sake of the song. There's a legend, yeah, there's the best it's ever been. And there's the voice of a generation who won't pass this way again. And there's record deals and train seals and puppets on a string. And we're all just trying to figure out what makes the cage bird sing. It's lights, camera, on with the show. Lifetime to get ready, now go, okay, go. Oh, where it all ends, nobody knows, but it's all for the sake of the song. So if you know nobody's business or your front page news, folk, rock, country, alternative blues, tell your truth however you choose, and do it all for the sake of the song.